It's the end of wars. They're over.
They're all done. This is the last of the wars. There will never be another one. Also, Manila's coming back.
Hooray, Manila! The higher power.
God damn it. I mean, to be fair, we've both seen this movie.
Yeah. I've seen it twice. This is like the first one I've actually seen, too.
No, it's not. You've seen Biollante.
No, Biollante was the first one I owned.
Wasn't it the first? Didn't you watch it on YouTube?
No. No, the first one I watched before getting this set was Ghidorah. But that was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Final Wars was one that I was still working at my old job, so it was probably like 2013-ish or so. And I saw that it was on Cinemax, probably. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'll watch that. And it was fine. I liked it.
Yeah.
And then I never watched another Godzilla since. Oh, no, wait, no. I watched Mega Gears shortly after that one. And I fell asleep. And I'm like, okay.
Yes. This is clearly a series of varying quality, as we have learned. Yeah, so I watched Final Wars as the... let's see. I watched 54... way back when 2014 was going to come out, or even after 2014 had come out, and I had seen 98 in theaters because I was a dumb child. So Final Wars would be not the third, maybe the fourth, because I watched Showa Ghidorah.
That's unfortunate.
It really was. And I didn't go on to Astro Monster because I looked at that title and I went, that's stupid. This movie's stupid. I'm not watching that. And, yeah, not gonna lie, the fucking Mothra song really killed any interest I had in completing Showa. And then I went and spent, like, a ton of money on Showa.
Yeah, it was great. I didn't even have to, like, convince you to do that. You just did that yourself.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we had to... Because you were like, I own everything after Showa, and I was like, all right.
Which is funny, because I didn't. Like, I didn't have 84. Because for some reason, that one just wasn't included in anything.
I mean, to be fair, I don't blame anybody for being like, 84, that's...
And then I also didn't have... the anime trilogy at that point.
Okay. But you own the animated series?
I don't remember when I got that. That may have come before the anime. Look, I didn't spend very much on the animated series. It was like $5.
Okay, alright.
I was just walking around in Walmart one day and I'm like, oh! Put that in my cart. I'll watch this garbage.
Oh, God. I can't even remember if that was during Cornzilla or not. I remember you watching it and telling us about it, but I don't remember when it was. But regardless...
I'm not scrolling back 7 months of messages.
I'm not either. God damn, no. Anyway, Final Wars. Can't wait to see Mike Hagar with a katana. That is the best part of this movie. Minus the dub. The dub is hilarious.
Yeah, no, it's great.
So, yeah, we'll see you in a while.
Yeah, we're gonna go watch Godzilla's 50th birthday bash.
Woo.
Of Gordons and Godzillas.
Indeed. Gordonzillas.
Yes. The most powerful.
It's so good. Okay, so, as we predicted, Captain Gordon is the best thing in this movie.
Yeah, he's great. I love him.
Everything he says, for the most part, is golden. Every scene in which his face appears and he has the wrong expression. Fucking great.
Captain Gordon is a man of the people.
All the people.
Yes.
Alright, so, this movie has the EDF.
Yeah, and they're even called that.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, literally, it's the EDF, the Earth Defense Force. They fight the monsters.
With the power of mutants.
And Gotengos.
And some of the Gotengos are really dumb.
One of them's just a knife.
One's a machine gun.
And the other is a ball.
Yes, all of the weapons.
All the classic weapons.
Drill, machine gun, ball, and knife.
Yep. Totally. That's the weapon square.
Yeah, the weapon square. It's mine.
Yeah.
The weapon tetrahedron.
Sure. That's not usually how that works.
No, it's fine.
Anyway, so yeah,
it starts in some unspecified time
when Captain Gordon was but a teenager man.
He hasn't acquired his aura yet.
He hasn't filled out. He hasn't acquired the mustache or the power of Gordon.
But he does have a bunch of rockets.
I guess. He screams when he shoots the rockets.
And so they bury Godzilla in ice.
Just like in Raids Again. But it's much faster.
Yeah, and then fast forward, I don't know, what, 20 years, 30 years, somewhere in there?
Yeah, and they're fighting Manda.
Yeah, you know, Manda, back from fucking Destroy All Monsters.
Oh, Manda.
No, wait, no. Yeah, it was Destroy All Monsters.
Yes. So they got Manda all wrapped up in their business, and Gordon is like pushing the Gotengo too deep, but his aura is keeping the sub from flooding, so it's all good. There's some leaks. It's a submarine. It is a submarine.
It is not a submarine. It is a Gotengo. It has a drill.
It's a fucking submarine with a drill on the front of it.
It flies.
Yeah, it's a flying submarine with a drill on the front of it. What's your fucking point?
It's a Gotengo!
Whatever. Anyway, his aura protects the Gotengo from flooding because that's just who he is. And they drive it into lava.
No, they drive it above lava. They don't go into it.
They go pretty close.
They're like maybe an inch away from it, and that's like, and Manda's just like, man, my fucking scales are boiling. I'm out of here.
Yeah, no, fuck that. I'm gonna turn to glowing Manda. And they're heading towards Manda, and then main character guy, Gordon's like, manual firing, and then main character man takes off his really stupid helmet, and shoots the mazer, and it turns Manda into ice/stone?
And then they just drill through it.
Right through him. Manda is destroyed.
And Captain Gordon gets a court-martialing.
And smacks someone in court.
We don't get to see that part.
We should have, because that man would have turned into mist. Captain Gordon destroyed alien robot things with a smack. We'll get to that. Yeah, so Gordon's in prison, and our main characters are performing the most ridiculous fight ever seen.
It puts the Matrix to shame.
They are doing weird flips. There are weird sped up scenes that make no sense. There are wires all over the place.
Whole lot of 360 camera movements.
Oh, it's just the dumbest. And we forgot to describe our X-Men. Well, they're M-Men. They're basically they're suited up like they're playing laser tag.
Yeah, they've got plastic armor.
But it's got holes in it.
It's breathable.
Big holes. Like, good inch-wide holes.
You could probably fit a hot dog through one of them.
You can fit a Mothra cross through one. We'll get to that, too. Our main character fails to kill his opponent, and the other guy beats him up, and instead of just holding the chop close to his throat, holds it against his throat. I don't fucking know. And he's like, well, if this were a real fight, you'd be dead.
No, it's fine. Anyway, you're on babysitting duty now. You hang out with this biologist.
You go hang out with this biologist. Oh, the old man biologist turns around. It's a supermodel. Crazy.
Yeah, it was Biolante the whole time.
Oh, man.
No, it's just some lady.
Yeah. So they hang out and they look at Gigan, and they're like,
mummified Gigan.
Fossilized Gigan.
They said mummified.
That's even dumber.
Yeah, I know.
Because it's covered in rock.
I know, I'm aware. They said mummified.
Oh my god, Mummy Gundam was coming. We've been talking about G Gundam. Anyway, so So they show up and they're like, Gigan has the mutant cells.
He's got the M base, like the mutants.
You're all Gigans.
That's your grandpappy. Say hello.
Yep. And then they get transported to Infant Island, where the twins tell them about Mothra.
The tiny beauties wormed their way into this movie.
God damn it.
And then they gave them a plot device.
They gave them a cross with the Mothra cross. It will exorcise the demons from someone.
Maybe inject Mothra DNA. Who knows?
It
could do whatever.
It could do anything by working with each other. I don't know. Anyway.
The power of friendship.
Clearly. The power of sacrifice. The power of sky attack. Alright,
So also around this time, the Super Prime Minister of the United Nations.
The United Nations Secretary General, who is Japanese.
He's the Super Prime Minister, that's what I'm calling him.
Whatever. His plane blows up.
Yeah, and then Rodan shows up in New York.
Yeah.
Because that's what Rodan likes to do, is show up in New York.
And blow away a pimp and a cop. That was fucking dumb.
Specifically their hats.
With a slide whistle noise.
There's a yoink noise, it's great.
Oh my god.
And then like the rest of New York just fucking blows up because of Rodan's flying skills.
Clearly.
And like a whole bunch of other monsters show up. Anguirus is in Shanghai.
Oh man, fucking Anguirus.
Let's see.
Zilla is in Sydney.
The important one is Ebra showing up in a place.
Yeah. And for some reason, all the M unit people are there. Some of them have stupid rocket launchers. Some of them have stupid Gatling guns.
And they're all masers.
And they all do stupid, weird flying flips.
They do synchronized flips.
And synchronized running.
It's great.
It's awful.
Anyway, Ebra is no match for synchronized running.
Clearly.
And Ebra gets declawed and then just disappears.
Yeah, just vanishes, gets stolen. Someone captures Ebra in a Pokeball.
And then all the other monsters get captured too.
Yep.
And then the alien, or I guess, yeah, they're aliens, whatever.
Yeah, and then it turns out the Pokeball is on top of the HQ. And it gains some feet for some reason.
It's got little claws.
Yeah, and then it transports the quote unquote
Super Prime Minister. He drops back down. He's just like, hey, check out my alien friends. They saved the day.
Indeed.
Also me.
Yay! I'm setting up the Space Nations.
Fuck the United Nations.
Space Nations. Really dumb.
Anyway, the Zillions. That's what they call themselves.
Or
the ones from the past.
Oh, we forgot about Anguius.
I think that's later.
No,
I think that's when.
No, it's not.
Is it not? I thought it was when he came back. No, you're right. It's not because.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, they.
Yeah, Anguius.
Anguius. Really dumb. Amazing. The best that's ever been. Anyway, So our old friend Japanese Shatner is here. Actually, no, he doesn't look like Shatner. He looks like another person from Star Trek.
Oh
God, what's his name? Sulu. He looks like the guy who played Sulu. I can't remember his name.
Is that George Takei?
Yeah, he looks like George Takei, but like old.
Well, you know.
So bald George Takei and our fop as fuck main villain show up. And our fop as fuck main villain, I believe, calls himself X?
No, I think that's actually a different guy.
That's weird.
I think you're talking about the guy on the radio station.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's a completely separate guy.
That's so...
Because he was wearing, like, quote-unquote normaler clothes.
Not really, but he did have different hair.
He had a super popped collar, but he was, like, a coat, and it wasn't whatever our guy was wearing. Anyway, they're like, so there is a planet flying at you? It's called Gorath. Oh, you need to shoot it.
Shoot it with everything you have. it's coming for you, just like Power Hour. And so our heroes do some bumbling, and they figure out that the aliens know how to use Photoshop.
Also, the Super Prime Minister is in fact a lizard.
Because he doesn't blink.
And so, like, he goes to report this to the higher ups, and she also doesn't blink, and he's just like, maybe more security. Okay, bye, ma'am.
Yeah, no, see you later. All right, I know who we need.
We need somebody who hasn't been body snatched. Get me the Gordon.
We require the Gordon. And so we don't see it because apparently there were deleted scenes of him getting to Gordon that were in the credits.
Yeah, the weirdest place for him.
Yeah, but he gets to Gordon, and Gordon is just in a gym punching a
sandbag.
Proper punching bag. And he just turns around just like, Urgh. And then he takes him up, and we get this weirdly, like, we're staring at the legs of the two main women, the reporter lady, who we forgot. No, that hasn't happened yet. The reporter lady.
Well, she interviewed the Super Prime Minister at the beginning of the movie.
Yes, and also tried to talk to him when he got stabbed.
Yeah, we forgot about the fucking super obvious Sith Lord.
Oh my god.
A Sith Lord who just walks up and is just like, time to murder!
Oh god. Yeah, because you called it out so early, you're like, what is that obvious Sith Lord over there? And I'm like, it's clearly a bad guy. And he comes up and tries to stab the Super Prime Minister. And they get his blood, and they're like, it's a lizard man. and that's how they figure out all this crap. But anyway.
Also, the reporter and the biologist are sisters.
Yes, but we get this weird shot of looking up their legs back up to them, and I'm like, why are we creeping up their skirts? And it cuts back to our main man and the Gordon. And Gordon, like, raises an eyebrow, which is a classic facial move of his through this entire movie, and goes like, nice job, and winks at him.
He's like, it's not like that.
No, it's...
And then Captain Gordon just looks back and
it starts smiling like...
He's like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get with both these ladies. And as it turns out, he will get with one of them. For no reason.
Hell, in the post-credits scene, he's with both of them.
Oh yeah, you're right!
Like, he's basically got his arms around them.
I mean, he doesn't actually have his arms around them, but he's sitting
You can feel his aura around.
Oh yeah, no, his aura, he's got them in his grasp. Yeah, so,
They pull the biggest prank on Super Prime Minister, where they're like, hey, check out this,
this dog.
Yeah, don't you miss this dog? And he's like, I don't remember the dog's name. It's Clint.
Clint. Oh yeah, it's my dog.
Boy, Clint.
And then she's like, come back here, Candy. And he's like, what? It's like, it's my dog, Candy. I never said it was your dog. And then bald George Takei is like, what are you doing? And we forgot that biologist lady is doing some
biology.
She's looking things up, and then she gets cornered by the replaced people, and then that's when Gordon and the rest of the team show up. And
a whole bunch of the
X-Men,
yeah,
the M-Men, and they shoot both of these fakes, and we hear this disgusting noise, and Gordon just kind of looks and goes, huh.
That'll do.
He's like, that's a souvenir or something. It's like, what? And then after the charade is revealed that the Prime Minister is clearly fake, Gordon and his supporting cast, one of which is the main character, arrive holding
the lizard body,
what is essentially a putty, and throw it onto the ground and go, this is your zillions. And then shoot the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Who then splits to show that he is also a lizard robot.
Yeah, his face just kind of explodes in
Blech.
half.
It's gross. It's awful. Everyone freaks out. But the dog, who I think is the Prime Minister's dog, is just kind of like, huh.
Oh, yeah, they're televising this, by the way.
Yes.
And, yeah, so there's just this couple with a dog.
I think it's the Prime Minister's dog.
And they're just kind of like, yeah, whatever. I guess.
That's wacky. Yeah, so then Bald George Takei gets up and is like, I can explain. And then our FOP villain shoots Bald George Takei and goes, I'm in control now, and summons his minions.
Alright, enough of the subterfuge. You guys are cattle.
You are all cattle. And
he's like, you're surrounded. I have 4 minions to your 4 minions. And Captain Gordon's like, look, I like to play the odds. And he summons a whole bunch of the M-Men.
All the M-Men. But as it turns out, that was a bad idea. Because our FOP villain points his hand in the shocker formation.
And gives everyone tinnitus.
And controls everyone with his telepathic powers.
With his tinnitus.
Either way, everyone's evil except for our main cast. Gordon and his M-Men. Which are now no longer his M-Men. And the trainer guy goes like, you guys...
I'll hold him off. You guys bail.
And so...
He shoots our main character the goofiest smile as he's fighting off the M-Men.
Oh, it's so fucking weird.
And then, basically, he gets zombied.
Yeah, no, they all grab him and they go for his face, and that's a good time.
So, Gordon and his entourage arrive at the Gotango.
Yes.
Actually, no, wait, hang on. They're getting in this armored van.
Oh yeah, a van pulls up, and they're like, let's get in. Because Gordon is now in control. If Gordon is on screen, Gordon commands everything. That is just the way this will go.
So, one of the M-Men who got away from the fight with Trainer Man, and he's chasing them down with a motorcycle.
And he shoots out the tires, and they crash. And so our main character... Not Gordon, the main character. Gordon is the Gordon. And will only be referred to as such. The main character gets on a bike that just happened to be in the truck sideways.
That's how you store your bikes.
Clearly. Comes out, and it's just gonna be a shitty Matrix chase.
On motorcycles.
Yes. And they jump their motorcycles at each other and shoot their guns and dodge the bullets. And then they drop their guns and proceed to chase each other on motorcycles.
And then the bad M-Men, he loses his motorcycle, but he kind of grabs the back of the one motorcycle and sketches with it.
Yeah, no, just...
He should burn his shoes, but his shoes are made of, like, things.
M material. It's infused with Gordon's aura. I don't know.
And so this fight happens. It continually gets dumber until he gets slapped with a motorcycle, and that puts him down.
Oh, dude, like the point where he gets thrown from the back to the front, off the front, and then main character stops, and then this guy runs at main character, and main character flips his motorcycle and slaps him with the back tire, and like crushes his chest. But doesn't damage the shitty plastic armor.
Well, yeah, it's good. It's a good armor.
Clearly, and that's
turn the man to jelly inside though.
Yep, good armor that, and so that's the end of the chase. But what the best part of it is that halfway through, Gordon is just with his katana on the truck, being like, "Should I do something?" Nah, he's got it.
All right, guys, let's go. Let's move.
And
then they arrive at the Gotango.
Yes.
With the evil M guy in tow.
Because apparently he's recovered.
Our main character cannot kill.
Nope. Not at all.
He's a pacifist, that one.
Indeed.
But anyway, so they come up with the plan of acquiring the ultimate sniper, Johnny.
Johnny and, God, who was the other one? Fucking forgot.
Something T. Whatever. But Johnny is here.
Indeed.
Our ultimate sniper, Gordon class.
Oh, God. Wait, who was... Oh, it'd be Donnie and Johnny. That'd be perfect. Anyway.
But yeah, they come up with the plan that they're going to go to the South Pole, wake up Godzilla, and just kind of let Godzilla take care of it.
Yeah, he's like, I buried Godzilla, I could put him down again.
Oh, yeah, because at this point, the Zillions have been like, alright, show the Earthlings their place, unleash the monsters.
All the monsters.
Everywhere.
And they just fuck up everything. So
including Anguius.
Anyway, so we then cut to a man in a Hawaiian shirt reading something about Zen, and another man wearing booty shorts and a mesh shirt.
Mesh tank top.
Yes.
With nipples.
Yes. And they're like,
yo, we just got a call from the fucking Gotengo.
They're coming here. Why are they coming here? I guess we're not the only ones who died. And it's like, they're going to wake up Godzilla. It's like, that's a bad idea.
Ooh, boy, did anybody tell them no?
Well, there's no one to tell them no.
Well, I guess it's Captain Gordon.
Yep.
Can't tell Captain Gordon no.
And so, our fop villain unleashes Gigan.
Yeah.
Who, cuts off the power supply to the Gotengo, but the Gotengo fires some missiles. And those missiles go straight down to where Godzilla is frozen and unleash Godzilla. Godzilla has been unleashed. And the first thing Godzilla does, I believe, is murder the two people we saw.
Yes. He murders both of them in cold blood.
Yep.
Because, they were just in the wrong spot at the wrong time. And then Gigan's like, hey, I got, these fucking, grapply things.
I'm here to be Scorpion, sort of.
So, he grapples. He's got, tethers and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's pulling Godzilla in like he's fishing.
Yep.
Then he gets decapitated.
Yeah, but Godzilla just blows his head off.
Yeah, just boom. Atomic breath to the face.
And then, just over.
And then Godzilla just kind of turns about 90 degrees and sees his old rival, the Gordon.
Piloting the Gotengo.
And he's just all like, well, you're dead now.
We meet again. And also, for some reason, despite the Gotengo having the main power cord cut, it can fly again.
Yeah, they just kind of fixed it, immediately, I guess.
Yeah, they didn't talk about that. But so basically, they're leading Godzilla on a path to the mothership, and on the way, he fucks up every single monster he fights.
They stop in Sydney so he can kill Zilla in 2 hits.
Yeah, tail smacks Zilla into the Sydney Opera House and then beams him.
Zilla chunks everywhere.
It's a good time.
And
God, Zilla looked like shit.
Our villain is just like, that tuna head didn't know what was up.
Yeah. And then he goes, next.
Yeah, so then we get to fight, is it Kamakuras? No, it's Kumonga.
Yeah, I'm the one who said Kamakuras, because I'm a fool.
And,
Kumonga has net powers, which, as we know, are one of Godzilla's famed weaknesses.
And Godzilla's just like, nah.
No, I'm gonna catch your shit and throw you over the horizon.
Yeah.
Kumonga is basically GPH Godzilla, light as a feather, and just gets tossed over the horizon, and that's the end.
So then we get Kamakuras, who has cloaking abilities somehow.
Yeah, Godzilla just kind of blows up.
Godzilla just kind of melts everything.
And then starts destroying the forest. But we forgot, we had to introduce the subplot of the hunter in the dead badger fur who discovers a manila and goes, what the actual fuck is this?
And his first instinct, like any good hunter, would be to shoot it.
Like anyone possessing a gun near Manila would feel the need to shoot Manila.
And his grandson's like, no, don't shoot it.
Spreads his arms like, no, don't shoot it. It's afraid. It's like, it should be.
I've named it Milla.
Mia or Milla or whatever. Either way, it's dumb. It's Manila. We hate it.
They shove it in the back of a truck and they just drive off.
It's like waving its arms in the back. It's great. Anyway, so...
Kamakuras gets impaled.
Oh, just...
Much like War of the Monsters.
It's a good time.
I think that might have been a direct reference, maybe.
It could have been. War of the Monsters would have been around that time.
Yeah. I like to assume it was a direct reference. And not just coincidence.
Oh, wait, are you talking about Final Wars referencing War of the Monsters or
Yes.
War of Monsters? Oh, that's weird.
It could happen.
It could. I mean, Ultraman was kind of in it. His name was Ultra V. Anyway, the grandson is like, why is Godzilla destroying the town? And he's like, well, the humans burned the entire Earth. And
They
I'm
made
like,
a great fire that burned everything.
and we're like, what are you talking about? And thus Godzilla cannot forgive humanity. And I'm like, all right, whatever, I guess, that's fine. And so Godzilla continues his rampage and now must fight I believe you termed it a handicap match?
Yes, it's a handicap match. It's a 3-on-1 with the biggest jobbers from Showa.
Rodan, Anguius, and
King Caesar.
King fucking Caesar, who is just...
Brought back from the dead.
Who is just full human mode now and looks dumber than ever.
Somehow worse, actually.
Yeah, no, completely awful.
But yeah, no, so he...
Oh, Anguius just had some real wonderful moments.
He gets his face stepped on and Godzilla just leaps into the air.
Yep, and when he goes into ball form, he just gets smacked around.
Yeah, Godzilla, like, tail whips him.
Into Rodan.
Yeah, into Rodan, and then Rodan goes down.
Yes.
So Anguius comes down, and fucking King Caesar's just like, soccer!
And a fucking flying kicks him.
He kicks him into a mountain, taking Anguius down.
Yes.
And then King Caesar just kind of gets launched over there, and he is now defeated.
And they're all on top of each other in a pile, and they're just like, we give up.
Well, we got what was coming to us.
Yep. And Godzilla just moves on for some reason. It's as satisfying as it would have been to watch him blow up the trio.
So, at this point, the Gotengo is now back into Zillion airspace.
Yes.
And they're shooting off all these drones.
Yep.
And, so the port thing in the Zillion airbase is closing. And our one guy who fought the main character, our evil X-Men, or M-Man, he's come to his senses. He steals a plane.
Yep.
And just goes in and does the trench run.
It's less the trench run and more the episode 6, thermal shaft run. Basically, instead of firing the torpedoes into the thermal shaft, they have to fly into the thermal shaft and blow up the reactor thing. And so it's basically just a mix of the one A-Wing pilot who crashes into the Executor from episode 6, the really big Star Destroyer, sure, and destroying the main reactor of the second Death Star. But all it does is take out the shield generator.
Yeah, and that allows the Gotengo to drill into the hole.
Yes, but apparently our main characters completely forgot about the fact that the Zillions can teleport.
I mean, I forgot about it. Anyway, around this time, Godzilla pops out of the water. Well, actually, first, Hedorah pops out of the water.
Oh my god!
An action figure of Hedorah. And just flops onto a building. And then an action figure of Ebera. And Ebera's claw just goes straight through Hedorah's face, pinning him to said building.
It's the most Ebera has ever done.
And then Godzilla rises from the water.
Mm-hmm.
Shoots a beam directly into the back of Ebera. And it pushes Ebra, Hedora, and the building down the street.
Into a bigger building.
And then it just blows up.
Everything blows up, and we're like, yay! Hedora's dead.
And Godzilla's just like, nice.
Mission accomplished. And so, after that bullshit, I believe is when they drill into the mothership.
Yeah.
And 4 Zillions teleport on board, shoot the crew, and capture the Gordon, biology lady, random pilot dude, and our main character.
Yeah.
And bring them on board. And our FOP villain is all sorts of angry because his monsters keep losing. His toys are just not powerful enough. And I believe at this point, no, he has not unleashed Gigan.
No, at this point, I think we see the
Gorath?
Yeah, Godzilla looks up, he sees Gorath, plants his feet.
Just into the street, like through the ground, and his tail anchors himself to the ground, points up and goes, fuck this meteor.
Beam into space.
Yep.
One of the strongest beams we've seen so far.
Yeah, to the point where when it's done, there is a crater around Godzilla.
And Godzilla's just like, huh.
Yeah, crazy.
Got him.
Yep. But it turns out he didn't, because,
Monster X descends. The moon presence.
Yes.
Anyway, he fights that for a little bit. Yep. That just happens.
And so our FOP main character is telling all these people, it's like, we need your mitochondria.
The powerhouse of the cell.
We're Americans. We have to say it. Apparently America is the only place that does that.
Nice.
They're the only ones who say that. It's fucking great. Yeah, so basically it's turned into Parasite Eve. Inverse Parasite Eve. Because they need to eat the mitochondria, and the mitochondria are not eating everyone else. And so...
Spoilers.
It's fine.
It's not fine. Anyway.
I think it is. So
Mothra now joins the fight. Mothra flies up from Infinite Island.
Yes.
And our villain's just like, huh. Unleash the Gigan.
The Gigan. Not to be confused with the Gordon. Yep. Who was on a whole other power level.
So yeah, the Gigan shows up.
The Gigan now has chainsaw arms.
He's got 5 chainsaws.
5 saws to cut down all the trees. And actually saws off one of Mothra's wings, who then spirals and crashes.
And explodes.
It's great. Yeah, so... At this point, Godzilla's beaten on Monster X, and our main character is now finally questioning, why didn't I get controlled? Like, what's going on? And our FOP villain decides to tell him, your powers haven't awakened.
You're half Saiyan.
To which I scratch my head and go, then how is he keeping up with mutants? But whatever. He is a Kaiser.
A half Saiyan. He's tenacious.
Yes, and he must...
1 in a million.
He must awaken to his Kaiser powers, which apparently still allows him to be controlled by the Zillions.
Well, he gets electrocuted.
Yes, Force Lightning comes out of the Shocker hand, and then he becomes mind controlled. And our scientist lady then stabs him in the back with the Mothra cross.
Well, actually, what happens is, like, doesn't he fight the Gordon, and the Gordon just kind of, like, lets it happen?
Oh, yeah, no, Gordon comes over and is like, what are you doing? He, like, slaps him, and Gordon's just like,
yeah, and then he gets picked up later by the throat.
Yeah, no.
Gordon is really just holding back at this point.
Gordon is selling this fight right now so that no one takes him seriously, because he has yet to unleash his true power. So... No, what's actually happening is that Gordon is transferring some of his aura. That's what the chokehold was about.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. But, yeah, so as he's holding up and choking Gordon, and Gordon is transferring his plot power to our main character, main character gets stabbed in the back because there's holes in his armor.
with the Mothra cross.
Yes, and thus gets Mothra power?
Yeah, the Mothra DNA. Brings him to his senses.
And thus he is a Kaiser who can fight our fop villain.
And so the four subordinates for our villain are like, they get told to watch the people and Gordon.
Yes.
Not knowing what they're getting into.
Oh no, they are not prepared.
And then our two Kaisers fight it out. And our main Kaiser, our guy,
yes.
he sucks.
Oh, he's awful.
Doesn't land a single hit. Keeps getting distracted by the dude's cape.
Yeah, no.
Keeps getting backhanded.
Just slap, slap, slap. There are weird, crazy, spinning bullshit. It's basically the fight from the beginning between the two mutants all over again. And so the fight ensues, and there's some shots, and Gordon is taking on two of these losers, and again, Gordon is holding back because Gordon can't show his true power yet.
I thought he just wanted to have a sporting chance for them.
No, that's not yet.
Just like, yeah, whatever, it's fine.
Gordon needs his sword, so
yes. Basically, the two Zillions who are fighting Gordon, not knowing what they're getting into, they both got guns.
Yes.
And he just basically takes their guns and he starts shooting the other two.
Yeah. And those two just get incapacitated. I don't know. Gordon has powers beyond our comprehension. And so Gordon finally gets his sword back, and then main character gets into the ship. I need to take care of this asshole.
And sometime around this point, Godzilla is beating down on Monster X, and he's about to do a breath to his face, but like he gets pushed away, and the breath hits the ship, which I think gives them the opportunity to just kind of bail.
Yes, I think that's what causes the initial fight to begin with the two guys with the two guns. But yeah, so at this point we can tell that Gordon has transferred some of his power to our main character, because our main character is now giving orders to the Gordon. Gordon knows that he must take these orders because they are coming from the aura of the Gordon. So Gordon takes everyone else. He's like, we're going to the ship.
Don't be late.
And then he sends the rest of them off and goes,
you guys get to the ship. I'm going to stand here and beat the crap out of the two things coming behind us.
Yeah. And thus he puts the sword up on his shoulder.
We also forgot to say that the Super Prime Minister,
some
lady, and some guy show up.
Yeah, random dudes. We thought they were dead, but they weren't. They're also here. Yeah, and Super Prime Minister reveals that in military school he was known as Mr. Bullseye. And it's like, and Gordon was just like, man, I'm not impressed. I don't give a shit. He certainly doesn't prove that later.
But yeah, no. So Captain Gordon sends everybody ahead, and he stops so he can fight the two Zillions.
Yeah.
He sticks his sword into the wall,
and then assumes a fist-fighting pose. And the one robot Zillion thing that was pointing the gun goes, okay, and throws the gun away, not knowing at all what he's up against.
He is up against a massive force.
He is up against the greatest force in all the universe. And so Gordon starts just like, every hit is just like stunning. You can hear robot noises. and he just fucking like destroys him. Like, not actually destroys him, but for all
the man
purposes.
crumples from the inside out.
Oh, it's just awful. And then he goes up to this lady,
the Lady Zillion, who almost got Gordon's attention, but Gordon knows better. And she goes, "You wouldn't hit a lady." And Gordon has his fist raised.
Yes,
and he looks at it,
opens his hand,
he smiles. He's like, "Yeah, I would."
Yeah, and just chops her, and she dies.
Again, crumpling from the inside.
Just absolute destruction on the molecular level. The Gordon has unleashed his true power.
So now we cut back to the group that he had sent ahead, and they are fighting a wall of the zillions.
Just all shooting. It's just stormtroopers. It's a bad time all around. People get shot, but don't get shot. And Mr. Bullseye ain't doing shit. And it takes...
So
we'll figure out how this
now we go back to the two Kaisers fighting.
Yes.
And at this point, our main guy's like... He starts to channel his Gordon.
Well, at first, he's coughing up blood. He gets slapped in the face with the cape so many times, he's coughing up blood. And he gets thrown a few times, and then he gets called cattle again, and he gets up, and he's like, I'm finally assimilating my true power. And his golden aura, the power of the he is like, I have surpassed Kaiser and become Gordon. And then begins to completely school on our evil Kaiser friend.
He cannot land a single hit anymore. Our villain is so outclassed.
Completely. He cannot stand up to the plot-defying power of the Gordon.
And and on the big screen that's in that room, Godzilla's just in the background pummeling Monster X.
He's just punching the shit out of them.
They're synchronized and everything.
It's great.
And so, like, our main guy's like, okay, well, it's basically time to go. And our villain just starts having a laughing fit. He's like, I'm not dying alone. And then just shit starts to explode.
Yeah, no.
It explodes, it takes out the wall of zillions, holding back everybody else. Captain Gordon rounds the corner, he's just like, I thought I told you to get to the ship. What are you guys doing here?
Really, guys? You're like, these guys are all dead. Why are you just standing here? And it's just wonderful.
He just casually struts by and just continues to casual stroll to the Gotango while everything's exploding.
Yeah, no, just tanking explosions left and right because his plot armor is so thick. It's beyond armor. He is invincible. He is functionally invincible. The script cannot touch him. He is beyond their power. He commands the script.
He was commanding the writers.
It is the power of the Gordon to command the plot. And so he proceeds to the Gotango, and our main character turned Gordon arrives. His mustache is just beginning to form.
Well, we forgot the best scene when so one of the guys got shot in the arm in the shootout.
Yeah. And
so they get in the thing, the Gotango gets rocked a little bit, and he falls on his arm. He's like, the pain!
He's like, his arm, like, crunches. Like, it's an awful, gross crunch. And he's on the ground, he's like, I'm hurt!
Oh, right, it was the subtitles that said the pain.
Yeah! Fucking great. And so our scientist lady has to pilot the ship. And that goes well for some reason.
Yeah, he's like, pull it back. And she's like looking at it. He's like, pull it back harder.
Yeah, and so she pulls it back and they get out. And at this point, after the explosion, I believe our Monster Axe has evolved into Kaiser Ghidorah.
Yeah, he has become his true form. Actually, no. What happens is Mothra and the Gigan have fought.
Yes.
And the Gigan shoots out his nipple discs.
Yes.
His nipple cutters.
Yes.
And, like, Mothra dodges one, takes another to the face, and they do a little thing where they swirl back.
Yes. And
and Mothra fucking explodes for some reason.
Yeah, no, because Mothra gets hit with the scatter beam.
That's right. Anyway, so Gigan turns around like, yeah, I did it, whatever. Then gets decapitated a second time.
He gets hit by the buzzsaws and goes, what? And turns around and goes, what'd you do? And then his head falls off. And then Flaming Mothra comes flying out, crashes into Gigan and blows him the fuck up.
And now Monster X kind of just evolves into Kaiser Ghidorah.
Yeah, and then Kaiser Ghidorah, turns out, is a vampire monster and is sucking the radioactive energy out of Godzilla. And so Gordon is like, or somebody says we have to give Godzilla some power.
I think it's our blooming Gordon.
Yeah. Well, our Blooming Gordon is the one who gives it to him.
Yeah, I know.
I don't
think
remember
he says it.
Okay.
I think he says it, and then he just like
he channels the Gordon aura, which is basically Super Saiyan aura, and fires it.
And the Gotengo launches a few options to circle around.
The life ring is revolving, and they fire the Gordon plot energy at Godzilla. Godzilla is now become Gordonzilla.
Yes.
With the power to defy the plot.
And he just immediately starts curb stomping Kaiser Ghidorah. Like, Kaiser Ghidorah can't keep up at this point.
Oh no, the heads are ripped off.
Kaiser Ghidorah's middle head gets blown off.
Yes.
And then he proceeds to use the left head to decapitate the right head.
Yes.
And then he just fucking, like, tosses him around like a sack of potatoes.
Yep. And then
launches him into space, and then hits him with the red spiral Gordon.
The Gordon spiral beam is used to blow up Ghidorah into space.
And there's just this massive fucking explosion.
And
then he turns around, he gives the Gotengo a beam.
He's like, there can only be one Gordon. And so Gordon goes, alright, let's do this, and proceeds to exit the Gotengo. To which anyone on planet Earth would be confused as fuck. Because this, admittedly, bear of a man is going to fight the at least 50 meter tall...
He's 100 in this one.
100 meter tall, giant radioactive lizard infused with the power to defy the plot.
With a katana. He's gonna fight this giant Gordon lizard with a katana.
To be fair, to be honest, it would be a fair fight.
It would be. It'd be great. And that's why we didn't get to see it. Instead, we got to see Manila show up and be like, "No, Dad, don't."
No, don't.
And then the old hunter's grandchild is just like, "No, Dad, don't."
No, Grand.
And then everybody learned a lesson that day. Godzilla went home. Gordon
got with one of the ladies he was macking on, and
he got a dog.
And he got a dog. Yes, he got to hold Candy for some reason. And yeah, so everyone, Gordon got a girl. Main character got a Gordon.
Our blooming Gordon.
Main character became Gordon, Godzilla became Gordon, and Manila gained the power to actually shoot breath for some reason.
And then the credits rolled.
And thus Godzilla proceeded to destroy the sun.
Yes.
Yes.
Of Godzillas and Gordons.
Oh man, this fucking movie. Alright, we have summarized this...
Gordon, Final Wars.
Yes, Gordonzilla. Hang on.
I thought you had the list ready.
I did, but I needed to add Gordonzilla Final Wars. Monster Combat. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was solid. I don't know if I'd say it was GMK solid, but
it was not. It was not a 10 out of 10, but
you know, it might be GMK because GMK was a 9.
Yeah, I'd give this one a 9. It was entertaining.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was a variety of moves, some throws, some ridiculous throws.
There was a literal gravity beam power bomb.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
The gravity beam did things. It was kind of nuts.
And then you had the breath that moved a building. I call that one good.
That was fucking stupid, but in the best way. Speaking of which, visual effects.
I think they were solid.
Yeah, no, I'd say like 9 or 10. Nah, they weren't 10. There was some garbage.
Probably
Zilla was in it.
Yeah, but I think that was intentional.
Okay, you are right.
Still, though, a 9's probably fair.
Yeah, we'll give it a 9. Plot. Well, considering that the Gordon ran the plot once he came into the picture, I don't know.
Are you going to defy the Gordon?
I don't know if I should.
I would not recommend it. That's why I'm saying a 10.
Yeah, no, we'll give it a 10. Acting. It has to be a 10. It included the Gordon.
It was fantastic, yes.
It was all about the Gordon and his sharing of his plot-defying aura. The dub.
Amazing.
Incredible. It It added so much to the movie, especially since it completely conflicted with the subtitles. We haven't had a magical moment like that since Astro Monster.
What do you want to say for dub?
I wouldn't say it was a 5.
No, it's definitely not a 5. I mean, there were some really standout characters, like our main villain. Like, he was...
Oh, he was great. He started out kind of crappy, but he just got better.
And then once they said, just ham it up. Whatever. Be a complete ham.
Complete ham. Become the entire pig. The entire pig ass. You must become ham.
I'd say probably a 3, honestly.
Yeah,
that's probably the highest we've ever given for a dub, too.
3 is pretty high. Also, there is the distinct possibility that Gordon might have been ADR. We don't know, but we shouldn't question it because he might find us. Special mention. What the actual fuck do you think it's going to? It's going to the Gordon.
Yeah, no.
It's going to be a 5 because anything less would get us in trouble.
I mean, I kind of want to know how many times we've said the Gordon at this point.
Well, the problem is that we said it so much during the movie. Because, and you know what started that? It was when they mentioned the Gigan. That's what set it off. Because we weren't calling him the Gordon until they mentioned the Gigan, and we're like, no, it's the Gordon. Because we had to bring in the Gordon energy.
I can't believe it. Somebody finally beat Jet Jaguar.
Oh, they beat it by a mile. Do you want to know what this total is?
Oh, it's like 48?
46.
46.
40 fucking 6. That's Final Wars.
Amazing.
Incredible.
Anyway.
We have some Godzillas to rate.
Yeah, we kind of forgot to do that with the last one.
Because that Godzilla sucked ass.
Yeah, they were kind of boring, actually. Anyway, so let's see. Godzilla against Mechagodzilla.
And Tokyo SOS.
I'm thinking...
They are the same Godzilla.
Yeah, I know,
so.
I know. I'm thinking it definitely beats TriStar.
Oh, yeah, TriStar's the bottom. Yeah, no, easy.
It beats Showa.
Probably.
I don't know if it would beat Heisei Pre-Ghidorah. Because, let's be honest, that Godzilla really didn't do anything.
No, not at all.
Okay, so...
That was easy.
Yeah. Now, do we want to add Kiryu onto this list?
That doesn't seem fair. Also, Kiryu kind of sucked.
I was going to say Kiryu would actually probably be under this Godzilla.
Considering it lost, yes.
And as much as I want to say the Absolute Zero could probably kill Burning Godzilla, it couldn't kill this Godzilla.
Yeah, no.
Because remember, they were both right there at the epicenter.
And Godzilla just went, that was kind of cold.
Alright, so Kiryu is ranked under against Mechagodzilla.
Crazy.
Amazing. I thought Kiryu would be a lot higher. But he can just beat Showa.
Yeah.
Considering he is Showa.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, so...
Oh yeah, he's literally Showa. I forgot.
So, Final Wars. Obviously, he beats TriStar. We saw that.
Yes. Okay, but we have a problem. We have 2 phases of this Godzilla. We have Godzilla, and then we have Gordonzilla with the Gordon Spiral Beam. This is a problem because there are 2 distinct power levels going on here.
Okay, well, we'll rank base Godzilla, and then we will assume Gordonzilla can also do those same feats.
Easily.
And then we'll rank him up from there.
Okay, so...
Much like how we did the Heisei.
Okay, so we have... So the greatest thing we saw regular Godzilla do in Final Wars... was I'm gonna plant my feet and blow up this meteor. I think that is the craziest thing that any Godzilla has done.
Yeah.
Defeated a meteor. Well, quote unquote, defeated a meteor.
It's not so much he defeated it, he tanked it. Like, he fucking just stood there and said, whatever.
And used the beam to, like, slow it down, kind of, and just, like, took the impact and went, like...
That beam went to space.
Huh. Yeah?
So... At the very least, he definitely beats Zilla Jr.
Yeah.
I'm just saying at the very least.
He beat Zilla.
Yeah, but Zilla Jr. beat Zilla. Zilla Jr.'s
Oh,
fifth
yeah,
one
right.
down.
You're right.
2000. Does he beat 2000?
2000 sucked.
2001's the one who can go burning on command.
You are right. However, this Godzilla tanked a meteor.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. They say post Ghidorah. I don't remember anything that post Ghidorah did. He got beat down by Mechagodzilla.
He got his ass brain blown out with the help of a psychic.
He got ragdolled by fucking Space Godzilla.
Yeah.
So I this Godzilla can probably beat him.
Probably, yeah.
All right, can Final Wars beat Burning?
I don't know if we can say that tanking a meteor is the equivalent to tanking the burning attack.
Yeah, but he can outrange him. He can literally just be 1,000 miles away and be like, beam.
Yeah, and the beam would probably set Burning Godzilla over the edge, but the problem is that if Burning Godzilla melts down, he melts into the earth.
That's fine. That's totally fine.
I mean, I guess it technically counts as a defeat, but then Burning Godzilla melts that destroys the whole planet.
It's fine.
Anyway.
He just needs to outrange him from a distance.
All right,
and
fine.
just let him overheat and melt.
Okay, so now we have to rank two of the most powerful beams in the series.
All right, so the GMK beam versus the Final Wars beam.
Okay, so the GMK beam literally made a nuke.
Yeah. Yeah, it did.
It blew up Ghidorah. Evolved Ghidorah with the powers of Anguius and Mothra.
And Baragon.
Oh yeah,
it was Baragon, not
It was
Anguius.
Baragon. I'm sorry. It involved a stupid ball form, I think. I don't know. Baragon sucked. The powers of Baragon and Mothra mixed with Ghidorah lost to this Godzilla's beam. And yet, Final Wars Godzilla beamed a meteor from space.
And tanked it when it hit him in the face.
Granted,
also, he beat, 9 other monsters on his way over there.
Yeah.
And I would assume that's in a very short time.
It did seem to fly by.
Granted, 6 of those monsters were, literal fodder.
Yeah, and to be fair, GMK only had to fight 3 monsters because there were only 3 Guardian monsters. But he beat the ever-loving shit.
Oh, yeah, Baragon tried to fucking run away, and Baragon was just like, I'm out of here, man. He just got nuked.
Fuck.
And honestly, I'd say beating Baragon's probably a bigger feat than beating, say, Kamacuras and Zilla.
Yes, but
then again,
it beat Gigan. Although that didn't seem like much of a feat.
No, he just blew his head off.
And
he beat the tag team trio of Rodan, Anguius, and King Caesar.
It pushed the equivalent of probably more than his own weight in Hidora, Ebra, and the building they were attached to. And this Godzilla could fire a beam so powerful, he had to literally plant himself in the earth to fire it at the meteor. I think this beam might be stronger than GMK's.
Well.
So, and also this Godzilla can fist fight. Final Wars Godzilla can fist fight.
Oh, he can.
GMK Godzilla, I don't know. Its close combat's okay. I don't recall it being that amazing.
Yeah, I don't recall anything he ate. I mean, he did kind of rush fucking Ghidorah, but that was...
In the end, it just came down to beam vaporizing.
Yeah, Ghidorah taking a beam.
Yeah, so it 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 might have to go to Final Wars.
All right, so Gordonzilla.
Gordon.
Because Gordonzilla is obviously a tier above.
No, Gordonzilla just has to be at the top.
Final Wars.
Because it gets the fucking spiral Gordon beam.
And then GMK. Wow, we didn't even have to rank Gordonzilla.
Well, yeah, because it was automatically better than Godzilla from Final Wars.
Man, I can't wait to come back to this list and just be like, what the fuck is Gordonzilla?
We'll never forget Gordonzilla.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, if we did, we'd be in a lot of trouble.
Gordon would come for us. It would be bad.
It would be very bad.
He'd give us mustaches. Actually, he might not, because that would give us powers.
He would just crumple us from the inside out.
Just smack. And we die.
I like to assume he'd just, like, unsheath his katana, like, a little bit.
And we just, like, crumple. Due to his aura.
Alright, the most powerful Godzilla.
Clearly.
We will see you for the Millennium Wrap-Up, and then we get to go to more Japan stuff.
Oh god, this wasn't even the Millennium Wrap-Up.
No, it wasn't!
God damn it.
Okay, we'll be back later.
Bye.